So welcome to yet another episode of our Thursday Transformational Talk with Etina. Like I said at the start of the year, that really this year my main focus is on helping those of you who are starting businesses or are in business already or are thinking of starting your own business. So today, last week I talked about goal setting, what it is, the importance of having goals, smart way of setting goals, as well as the mistakes to avoid, some of the mistakes that you have to watch out for when you are setting goals. Today I just want to talk to you briefly about 3 tips. There are so many, but I'm just going to give you 3 tips that will guarantee you, or 3 tips that will help you succeed in business, because I believe we all go into business because we love it, we want to succeed, right? No one will go into business to fail. So I've been in business myself and my husband for 6 years now, going into 7, and some of these tips that I'm going to share with you, they actually come as a result of the mistakes that we made, the things that we didn't do right. So as we reflected back, we realized that we should have done these things well. So I want to share with you just the 3 tips on that can help you succeed in business. Number 1, go into a business that you understand, and don't just impulsively go into business. Go into business that you do understand. What do I mean? Let me give you maybe it's a silly example, but I've seen it happening growing up, or not when I was actually old. You go to a marketplace where you buy your vegetables and stuff. Then you visit there, and there's someone selling, say, tomatoes. And as you are standing there, someone comes and they buy all the tomatoes that that person is selling. Maybe 2-3 minutes later, someone comes and say, "Do you have tomatoes?" And say, "Oh no, we've run out." You live there and you decide, "Oh, I think I have to go into a business selling tomatoes, because it seems tomatoes they are selling these days." I know it's a funny example, but I've seen it happening. You go, you order your own tomatoes, and you realize no one needs tomatoes. Maybe the person who came and bought everything, they were either going for a funeral, they were going somewhere for a function, and they needed so many tomatoes. And in your mind, you concluded that tomatoes is the way to go. Go into a business that you do understand. Recently, someone reached out to me, and they just wanted to start a business, and they just wanted to share and tap into my mind what I think, and to advise them as well. A few minutes into the conversation, I realized that the business that they were considering going into, they didn't understand it that much. So they actually wanted me to help them understand the business. Let me say, just for example, it says they wanted to go into open a bakery, and they were asking like, how can I make sure that the bread is fluffy and all that sort of stuff? And I said, as a coach, yes, I'm a coach, but I don't go into that detail. I believe you have to understand, if you want to open a bakery, how to make good bread that will compete with the other breads in the market. So go into a business that you do understand. And as I was talking to this person, I asked, why are you considering going into a business that you seem not to understand it that much? And they said, there is so much money in that industry, and people are making a lot of money. Yes, we all want a lot of money, but don't go into a business that you don't understand, because as you go deeper, there will be challenges that you will be faced with. And if you don't understand it, it will be really, really difficult for you to make money in that business. Go into a business that you do understand. If you don't understand it, but you still want to go into it, I encourage you to really research, do your homework, research, and make sure you know what you are doing. The number 2 thing that is sort of linked to the first tip, the number 2 tip, be a solution. Rather than starting your idea or a business with the idea that you want to sell something and you want to make money, think about what is the problem that you are solving. If you are going onto the marketplace, what is the problem that you are solving? If you want to sell tomatoes, is there a shortage of tomatoes in your market or the market that you have identified? Is there a problem? What problem are you trying to solve? Don't just say, I want to make money, so what do? Maybe I can sell clothes. Is there a market for that, for those clothes? Who is the market? Who are you going to sell those clothes for? So go into a market to try and solve a problem. If there is a problem that you are trying to solve, then it becomes easier for you to get money from that business. I remember for myself when I started with a clothing company. I was ordering African attires from Africa, because when I moved to Australia, I discovered I love my African attires, and I discovered that I can't find them anywhere in this country. And as a result, I started ordering them. And eventually they were all over on the market, and I quit the business because it was flooded. So identify the problem that you are trying to solve and go ahead and solve that. Money will come when you are trying to solve a particular problem. Don't just say, I want to make money. And also make sure that there is a solid customer base. If there is a problem, if they say a shortage of tomatoes on the market, how big is the market? How many people are there? Do your research before you just say, I want to make money. I think if I sell tomatoes, I'll be able to make money. Is it a problem, and is there a market for it? The last tip that I want to talk to you today about is address excuses. Countless people dream of becoming entrepreneurs, but they never do. They allow fear, they allow excuses, whatever type of excuses, to hold them back. So you need to address those excuses. Every time when you move out of your comfort zone, it's so normal to experience fear. I remember several times when I went into business full time, there were a number of times where I almost gave up and went back to work. So address those fears, address excuses. Maybe you are saying, I don't have time. Yes, you can still work in your business while you are in full-time employment. You can do that. So you need to address those things and make sure that you pursue your goals. So those are the 3 tips that I really wanted to share with you today. Number 1, go into a business that you do understand, and don't just impulsively go into business. Don't just say, I think people are making money in this business, I want to start mine as well. Number 2, be a solution. Identify a problem and go into business to solve a particular problem. And number 3, address excuses. Don't allow fear to hold you back. Don't talk yourself out of what you know you need to do. You have that desire to start a business for a reason, and don't let these other things hold you back. That is really what I wanted to share with you today. The 3 tips that I just wanted to share with you as we start our year. And next week, I think I'll address something again along these lines on tips to really succeed in business. Like I was saying, I'm sharing with you some of the mistakes that we made when we went into business first time. So I want you guys to avoid those mistakes. If you want notes to these ones, I can send them to you. Send me your email, or if you want worksheets that you have more questions to ask yourself as you go into business, I'm more than happy to do that. Just to send us an email, and we'll send it back to you. Also remember, our membership club is open. The membership club is for those who want to go in business. We will walk you through, hold your hand and help you in business. Thank you so much, guys. I will put the link to our website and the link to our members club, and I really look forward to seeing you. But take care, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Comment on the video, like our pages. I think some of you I have 4 pages that I'm posting from, so wherever you are, like it, and I really look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, bye.